I was a teacher for 30 years in the public school system, along with raising 2 children. My children are adults. One is 34 and one is 30. And I have 4 beautiful grandchildren.
Growing up, I was really close to my mom. I loved my mom, and there's a lot of things you pick up on that you don't realize are bad, like use of drugs, and normal kids don't have to live on the street for a year when you're 2 years old. And looking back, you feel cheated, you feel hurt because your life was full of the pain and the neglect that you thought was normal.
As a teacher, you look at the sea of children or students, but I had no idea what some students go home to.
I go inside and there's a trail of blood leading down the hallway. And it really scared me, and I see my mom straddling the bathroom door. And words cannot describe, and I couldn't possibly fathom a way to express how my sister looked, because she was leaning over the bathroom sink. There was blood everywhere, and she's holding her face, and she looked back at me. And the sense of no hope, fear, and plain just lost. She was so lost, and she looked at me, and she didn't have to say anything, because I knew. My mom looked at me and she told me that she effing hated me and I was effing dead to her. And when she told me that, it was like a shot to my heart, because even though she did a lot of bad stuff, there was that love there, and it broke my heart. It was heartbreak like I've never experienced. But then my grandma, who my mom hadn't been talking to, showed up. She comes into the room just bawling. And I was like, oh my goodness, what's wrong? What happened? And she said, your mom made me call social services. She's giving you guys up.
I retired from teaching 3 years ago. At my retirement party, someone came up to me and said, you know, you'd be a great CASA. And I asked what that was, and they explained it's a court-appointed special advocate for abused and neglected children.
And then they told us that we had a CASA, and I was like, that's house in Spanish. We have a house? And I mean, I was really confused. And then they introduced Charlene, and I was like, okay, I didn't think nothing of it. I mean, I was taught not to, just on situations, not get really close to anyone or put my trust in anyone. I was very independent, do it on my own type of thing.
And I looked at Jewel and I thought, I know this kid. Where do I know this kid from?
Charlene said, I know you. And I was like, I'm sorry, And the coincidental factor is, my freshman year, I partially went to Legacy High School, and Charlene was my substitute teacher for a day.
I was a substitute, and she walked up, hi, I'm Jewel, and tell me your name, and I told her who I was. And after having been a teacher for 30 years, you can remember students and just if they make an impact on you, and she certainly did. Currently, I am working with Jewel and Jade as their CASA, and what I do is I go to court for them. I meet with them twice a month. We just visit about how it's going for them, if they have any needs, if they need if they have anything that they really want to say.
Having that CASA, that organization, be there for you, knowing that someone was there not because they had to be and because it was legally what needed to happen. She was there to volunteer her time to make sure we felt okay.
There are so many resources available to them, and myself as a CASA, it's been so fun to be able to work together to provide a positive experience while these girls have been in foster care.
It's more than just a CASA. You build a relationship, you build connections. There's that sense of family there that you didn't feel before. And so I intend on having her at my graduations, my baby showers, my wedding, all the important events in my life. I think she's earned her right to be there because she has helped me get past one of the hardest situations I have ever faced, and I came out on top. And I have to thank CASA for that, thank CASA, and thank God that they gave me such a wonderful person to guide me through this.